Hi, my name's Kate, and my new business idea to make the world a better place is Project Real. The mission of Project Real is to instill confidence in and facilitate the self-empowerment of at-risk children and adolescents through the teaching of documentary filmography. It would also encourage exploration and analysis of self, community, and the world. The goal and purpose of Project Real is to use the skills, the documentary filmmaking skills, to share the untold and unheard stories of low-income, homeless, refugee families, and to share stories that are having a societal or environmental impact on the world. There is an undervalue of non-traditional education right now, and Project Real would provide alternate opportunities for youth, and it would make it would have individual and societal impacts, including raising awareness. Project Real, the title, came from its project, which is a collaborative process that requires careful planning and design, and is trying to achieve an end goal. And all of the youth would be required to create a project throughout the course of the year, a documentary, throughout the course of the year with support of staff and mentors from the community. And the word real is both a noun and a verb. A noun, which is a spool for film, in which film was wound, and also a verb, so action, it's doing, and it's winding. And I also like to use the word real as kind of to suggest giving youth a real opportunity and a real chance, and real education, just in a different form. So everyone has a story, a beautiful story, and throughout my work in my life, I've met a lot of people from all over the world who haven't had an opportunity to feel like they have been heard. And so this idea of Project Real really stemmed from these people that I've met, and I've heard their stories and listened to them, and also from the work that I've done with a lot of teenagers, both in the United States and abroad. And at-risk teenagers, oftentimes they feel like they're labeled as troublemakers, and that no one trusts them. And so Project Real is trying to kind of go against that by empowering these youth. I loosely based Project Real off of El Sistema, which is a program in Venezuela that provides children all across the country, in rural villages and in urban cities, to come to this location and learn how to play an instrument. And it's an orchestra. And these children have been successful around the world, and have led philharmonics around the world. Would have a lot of partnerships, one being alternative schools, where there are a high number of at-risk students. Another partnership will be with professional mentors in the field of interest. So if a student wants to do a documentary in a certain area, such as LGBT housing, they would be partnered with businesses in the greater Seattle area that focus on that, so that they could have some guidance and they could have some resources to make the best possible documentary. Finally, we'd also partner with news networks and try to create internships for some of the older school students throughout the summer. The major challenges and barriers to Project Real would be financial, as Project Real would be a nonprofit. It would depend primarily on donations, fundraisers, and grants. And I believe that the increased credibility over time and word of mouth would really be what would grow and steer the organization. And to cut back on some financial costs, there would be no physical location. We could take laptops into, we could work with schools and work out of the school in the evenings, or into community centers or libraries. So we'd partner with other community organizations so that we could kind of eliminate some of the cost. And then over time, another goal would be to employ a certain percentage of these Project Real youth in the future. I do believe that children and youth are the future, and I believe that the most important and best stories can be told through people who have lived and experienced them. And that's what Project Real would try to accomplish.